A closer look, visual rhetoric, analyzing ads. How do we analyze an image, especially an ad? Let's look at this Jennifer Aniston Smart Water ad. What do we notice? Let's just make a list. And then we'll ask ourselves the all important question, why? So here we go. The first thing that I notice is this is in black and white. Why? Maybe it is to show the contrast of her black workout outfit to highlight her abs and skin. I notice that she's wearing workout clothes, but not something that fully covers her body. Why? I think she's meant to look sensual in this ad, and more skin does that. She's holding her hair up like it's in a ponytail, but it's not. This pose is sensual, touching her hair to get it off of her sweaty neck, but not in any sort of functional way for a workout, which is kind of unusual for a workout ad, which makes me think that it's meant to be more sensual. There's beads of sweat on her body. Why? The beads of sweat on her body could match the beads of sweat on the water bottle. Her leg is up on some kind of equipment. Why? It's a flexible pose to show she's flexible, and it's somewhat sensual. She's holding a smarter water bottle in her hand, slightly extending it out to the viewer. Why? I think this is a bit inviting, like saying, I have this great water. You want some? And there is a small amount of text at the bottom. Why? Well, I think the picture is the main focus. However, the only part of this ad that is not in black and white are the words workout partner in blue. Why? To emphasize that this bottle of water is more than just a bottle of water. It actually helps her work out, and I think the blue connotes water. The formatting of the text, other than the big my workout partner, is all in lowercase, and that might be to make it seem more casual. Also, the word choice. She uses the words, well, the Jennifer Aniston in this ad uses the word smart to echo the product name, and also uses the words never sweat to contrast this with the image of her sweating body. All of the things I just mentioned are rhetorical strategies. We looked at color, formatting, word choice, body position, tone, costume. That is a lot of things to look at in one ad, but there are tons of rhetorical strategies, and we only looked at a few. So, how else can we look at this ad? Maybe we can look at this ad through the lens of socioeconomics, gender, and race. Jennifer Aniston is white. Do you think this ad appeals more to white women, white men, or is it meant to appeal to all? What does this ad say about gender? Maybe that women are meant to look like this. Maybe she is the ideal woman, which could also go to race again. Maybe it's saying subtly that this is how women should look. Maybe it would be better if it were for all women. Maybe Beyonce would be in this ad too, but she's not. Now, let's look at this through the lens of ethos, logos, and pathos. Here's a quick reminder of what ethos is. Ethos is when you have credibility. The author who is writing something has credibility. So if this were an ad for medicine, Jennifer Aniston may not be the best spokesperson for it. We would probably want a doctor. So whenever there is a celebrity in an ad, that celebrity is there for a reason. They're meant to lend credibility to something. So Aniston is very physically fit, so it's believable that she could drink this water after a workout, something she consistently does. Logos. Logos is all about facts and figures and reasons and logical stuff. This ad is low on logos. If it were to have a logos focus, we would probably have a lot of text about what minerals and vitamins are included in smart water and studies to show that it's performance enhancing. Instead, we have none of that. Pathos. Pathos is about trying to get the audience to feel something. And I think this ad is trying to make us feel something. But what that is up for argument. Perhaps it's inspiration to get a body like Aniston's. Perhaps it's even meant to make us feel sexy when we're working out and we're sweaty, or even guilty if we aren't working out. There are lots of possibilities. But you just have to back up what you think about the ad with your analysis of the image. Another really important thing to look at is who is the audience for this ad. We already discussed that a little bit when we talked about gender and race. Do we think it's for men? Do we think it's for women? Is it for white women, black women, Hispanic women? Now that we've discussed and analyzed this ad, what is the main point? Ads are usually trying to sell a product, but also more than that. They are trying to sell you an idea. What is the idea behind this ad? Once you figure out what that idea is, that would be your thesis statement. So since I decided that I think this ad is geared towards women, the working thesis that I came up with is Smart Water uses Jennifer Aniston's sensuality to portray the ideal woman, one who is healthy and sexy. This explains not only what the ad is selling, but how the ad is selling it. Now you can do the same analysis for your ads.